heart attack. Fast, fatal, heart impact. Past painful scars, in fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked, attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new submerged juice. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do begin, let us give a brief little review. Now, in the last part we had things between our four characters, Izuku and Katsuki. Now, these two, because their relationship has now been revealed, they do not need to hide it anymore. The four were talking during a lunch in the cafeteria, and a very good question was brought up. However, Deku, he dodged that question, and he went to the bathroom really quickly. He needed to try and calm himself down. He has a lot of memories put inside of his head because of that anomaly. And right now, he talked to it. The anomaly seems to be very, well, in a way, annoying. It will pop up randomly at times, and it will just try to mess with you, get into your head. The thing only messed with Deku's head once, and he is trying to prevent it from doing the same thing to his friends. Now, one of the members of the O5 Council, they were quite curious to know about what is going on at the site these four are at, because strange readings popped up whenever all four of these people popped up into this reality. They were all the exact same, however, they were in different locations. Now, with that being said, the incident is currently being investigated, along with the incident where Izuku, he shattered a mirror in the bathroom, and he claimed it was because of his powers. Now, Deku, yeah, he was then removed from guard duty for a minute, and after being examined and looking into him, they found that his powers were perfectly fine. I mean, as much as they can tell from a telepath, at least. Now, with that, there actually was where Izuku, he was at least relieved for the rest of the day, since somebody else is currently covering his shift. And Deku, yeah, he does just try to sit down and process everything. He tries to keep an open mind, but something is clearly wrong. And we do currently have over with somebody else at the current moment, who, they have been trying to do some cross-testing with a very, in particular, SCP. Now, they are going over it with a few other people, and a few people, they are very confused as to why Dr. Bright is making this very request. Now, we do actually have the member of the O5 Council, who we're going to walk into the room and look at Dr. Bright. Dr. Bright looking over towards them and seeing a new face. Okay. Listen, can I get your opinion on this for a minute? What is it, Dr. Bright? Okay, I want to do some cross-testing with a few SCPs. And the first SCP I want to use to cross-test, I'm not being allowed to use. Can you at least explain to them why I want to use it? What SCP is it? Dr. Bright handing over a file. And the first thing they do is just go to grab it, look down at the file, and go to look back up towards Dr. Bright. Really? Yes, it's important for my research. And exactly, pray tell, what is this research? Oh, you see, I'm so glad you asked. We have done very many things to try and cross-test and examine our 4 recent arrivals. 4? Yes, our visitors. So far, from what we can tell, all of them appear to be heightened in durability, a heightened form of strength. And, well, they have unique powers. Along with that, we notice that their blood, it does seem to be immune to very certain things, such as our amnestics. I'm sorry, are you saying that those 4, they cannot be mind wiped? Exactly. Now, I was hoping to show the four some information and cross it with an anomaly along with something else that is a personal concoction of mine. So you want to try and use this anomaly and another anomaly? Oh, no, no, no. This isn't anomalous. I can purely show you everything I have on it. In fact, it's a very strange concoction. Granted, it is odd, and I don't remember making it, but that's what makes it so impressive. Okay, Dr. Bright, how long ago did you make this item? Let's just ask first. Uh, what year is it? Dr. Bright, it is 2025. All right, perfect. So I made it 6 years ago. You did. And this was not brought up. Why? Because I kept forgetting. You know what, Dr. Bright? Fine. I'm quite curious to see how this does go. Give me a toxicology report on the four and everything we have done to test on our visitors. If I do believe it to be necessary, I can get approval for you. You can do that? Aren't you a level 4 researcher? I'm a senior researcher, Dr. Bright. Now, please, provide me the reports, give them to me. I'll be here before you return. What? I'll be here whenever you return, Dr. Bright. Give me the toxicology reports, and I will approve your testing. Are you for real? Yes, Dr. Bright. Alright, hang on. I need to go get a few things. Uh, I need a lot, and I mean a lot of food. I need something to sit down on. I need some chairs, preferably beanbags. And I am going to need to secure a containment cell and a projector and a DVD player. Dr. Bright, exactly what is the purpose of these items? They are for research, of course. Research. Correct. All right, Dr. Bright. Fine. We will see exactly where this is go. Now, please leave the room before we do have you executed for your silly little games. No, no, this is quite serious research. And I mean serious as in serious. Now, I'll be right back. Just don't go anywhere. Dr. Bright going to bolt out of the room. And shortly afterward, he would going to come back. And we do actually have all four of our characters, where they are somewhat going throughout the site. Bakugo and Izumi, they were trying to interact with a few other humanoid anomalies. And it was very intriguing to say the least. I mean, they met a lot of strange people. And they even heard about some who they can't come into contact with, or can't be around at a certain time. They are still intriguing to meet. I mean, there was one that Izumi she found very sad to find out about. Especially because they seemed so innocent. Oh, what was it? They were that. No, they weren't 054. They were 053, right? These number systems are so weird. Or no, were they 052 or was 052 a train? That Why don't they just label the humanoids in the same type of category? Like 50 to 60 could be humanoids. That would probably be a lot simpler, right? Okay, never mind. She has a pet peeve about that now. Okay. Okay. So, um, Bakugo, what is it? I had a few questions. Uh, about what? Well, I mean, about a few things. Okay. Um, ask away. Well, um, I just, I was curious. Exactly what was I like in the other world? Now, Bakugo go to someone stop what he is doing, and he does go to someone turn. Him looking directly at Izumi, as he does go from talking to a few people to staring directly at her, as she actually is going to walk over to a bench and sit down. The two are both outside, and it feels different. They were underground for a few days, and coming out into the light, yeah. The rays of the sun compared to the LED lights underground or the UV lights, if I do have. No, they're fluorescent. They're fluorescent lights, actually. The fluorescent lights compared to the sun, yeah. The sun's a lot better. Also, it's a little bit warmer outside today. Now, the two do sit down, and Izumi, she's actually going to watch Bakugo. Bakugo, he does start it with a bit of a story. It was actually quite intriguing. I mean, he woke up, he screamed, he wasn't okay for a minute, and then there was actually whenever he enrolled in a military school. Whenever they were actually learning to go through other languages. There was whenever he met Izumi and Izuku. I mean, it was intriguing. They were both twins. Yeah, I mean, I can believe that. Yeah. Plus, I know whenever I first met you two in class, I treated you a bit like normal. You guys were confused, but you didn't know who I was. And Izuku and I, we sort of just clicked. I mean, I don't know. I tried to always be around him, be close to him, be his friend. I mean, he looked up to a lot of people in that world, and so did I. I just tried to follow what my memories told me, and then I created new ones, and we all created new ones. In fact, I remember we had survival training one night. We were all camping in the woods like we were in what, the Boy Scouts. It was nice. It was fun and intriguing. I remember hearing someone scream as loud as they could. They got bit by a snake, and the snake wasn't even venomous. The kid overreacted and screamed his lungs out like he was gonna die. It took the teacher 5 minutes to calm the kid down before he finally pointed it out. The kid immediately just bawled his eyes out. It was certainly something to remember. Now, Bucko, he does just won't continue, talking about a bit more things. There were these events with Izuku, there were these ones, and then there were actually these ones with her. These are whenever he noticed the two start to become a bit more involved with each other. AKA, while Izuku was there, Izumi and Bako would interact a little bit more. And that sort of just increased more and more. And there actually was an event whenever they were younger. He doesn't know if she does remember it. However, the two, they sort of, well, went to a bit of an event together. Izuku and Katsuki at this time, they did start dating. And the two, they thought it would have been awkward. However, Izumi, she almost convinced Bakugo to it. Are you serious? Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you know too much about it, but I just I felt strange about it. I mean, I could see that version of you differently at the time, but I don't know, Izumi. Life was weird. I mean, I was going through therapy at the time. I had a lot on my mind. I was having these strange things in my head at the time. I convinced myself the world I was in was finally real, and all it took was that night. I felt like such an idiot. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Just, Bucko gonna turn his head. And Izumi, she actually goes somewhat lean forwards, bring her hand up to Bakugo's head, and checking to see if he's warm or not. You feel okay? What are you doing? Hey, I'm just checking your temperature. Okay? Yeah, yeah, right. Now, the two do somewhat look at each other. And Izumi, she actually goes somewhat flash a smile at Bakugo, who does go to somewhat look a bit softer in his face. He looked tense for a second. However, he just let up. And the two, they do go to stare at each other for a minute. Before Bakugo, he does go to bring his hand up and they're going to grab onto Izumi's. Since she started to slip her hand down. Your hands are warm. Really? Yeah. Yeah. Um, listen. Could we... Hello? No, the two go to somewhat jump, as there is Dr. Bright, who does stare directly at the two. Him on the top of a tower with a megaphone, asking if Bakugo and Izumi can meet them inside, since they have a major test that will be happening. Now, the two are somewhat annoyed, and Dr. Bright, yeah, he is very, very punctual and punchable from what the two they are feeling right now. And there actually is where Dr. Bright, he does meet all four of them inside. And he does start to describe a few things that are going to be happening to a few things that are going to be happening with them. Him going over it. All four of them, they have been through quite a bit in their time at the Foundation. Izuku and Katsuki. These two have proven to be very good assets. They have proven time and time again that certain anomalies, they just don't affect them. They don't work. I mean, secretions from certain anomalies, they seem to interact with their blood in a strange way, and provide an immunity effect. So, they want to test this on all four of them at once. See if it is just because the two are unique, or if the effect applies to all four of them. They have already tested their blood through certain means, him referring to Izumi and Bakugo. And he is going to talk about a few other things. Currently, right now, they do want to see how other anomalies may affect them, along with even a certain something Dr. Bright himself has made. And all four of them, they do go to look at each other. Something Dr. Bright made. AKA, not fucking good. Now, Dr. Bright is going to inform all of them, as he's going to hold something up, talking about how they don't need to worry, since it's all right here. Him holding up a strange looking humidifier. And Dr. Bright, he does just tell all four of them that all you really need to do is press right here and it will start. What is that? Oh, this. Well, it's been modified, and from what we understand, or from what I have done, it took a bit of time in the tech department. I mean, this is all official. And, well, the SCP in question, it's one we would rather not allow you for to hold in possession, if that is to be understood. Okay, but what SCP is it? Right, alright. Well, we can start the test and get things over with. Okay, answer the question. Okay, listen, I don't believe that information is, well, necessarily needed for the test. So, Dr. Bright being lifted up into the air. As Deku, he does hold his hands up, telling Dr. Bright he'll rip off a leg if he doesn't talk. So, talk. And Dr. Bright, he is going to bring his hands up, him tapping out on his own arm, saying, Uncle. Now, Dr. Bright is going to fall into the ground, as he's going to start talking. Okay, fine. He'll tell them. He wanted it to be a surprise, since he knows that at least one of them may have read the file. The SCP in question is 420J. So, what they are going to be doing is testing to see how exactly the aerosolized substance affects them, since in the anomaly, it does have varying degrees of intensity. Along with that, they wanted to see if mixed together with something that he has created himself, along with even a few other people who at the current moment he doesn't know are either alive or dead, he wants them all to understand. They want to see if this could help affect anomalies who have what is the right phrase? Amnestic resistance. They want to be able to see if amnestic resistance can be bypassed due to these substances. And all four of them, they are confused. Izumi, she's confused by what that is. And so is Izuku and Katsuki. They've looked through the Foundation database a lot. However, what the hell is 420J? I mean, there's gotta be an explanation, right? Now, the four are led into a test chamber. And right now they do see a few things. And it's surprising. Okay, so wherever this dangerous anomaly might be, it's clearly gotta affect something with their metabolism, right? I mean, it explains the food. And the chairs. Okay, so there's a chance it might cause paralysis? Okay, so that's gotta be bad too, right? Alright. Now, you four, you can all take a seat. Dr. Bright going to sit down into a large beanbag chair, as there are currently 3 unoccupied. And Izumi and Bakugo do going to sit down on 2, as Deku is going to plop down to 1. Katsuki going to directly plop down with Deku. As Dr. Bright, he is instructed by the O5 council member to please exit the chamber. What? Come on! I wanted to be here with the test. I mean, do your first-hand accounts, of course. Dr. Bright? Come on! I mean, it isn't too often that these get approved. Besides, first-hand experience and knowledge from me? That's gotta be worth something. I mean, if something does go wrong with me, at least I can be revived. I'm sorry, are you saying that we'll die during this? Oh, heavens no. But, well, with your tolerances, we're not too sure how effective it might be. Our tolerances. Yes. Okay. Just listen to everything, alright? It's gonna be easy, it's gonna be well underway. Dr. Bright going to click on a button. As the humidifier does going to turn on. It's starting to spew out some smoke. And the four, they do all go to sit there. As Dr. Bright, he does watch as a man is come walking in. As Dr. Bright, he does tell the man to at least calm down. He'll leave the room. However, he does want them to know that they do need to at least start what is currently playing, because it will help to distract them and maybe allow the effects to seep in faster. Now, everyone is still confused. However, there is another thing to start to play. And it does seem particularly odd. And it looks like a regular movie. Okay, so what is this? I don't know. Deku holding up his hand, as something does come flying over to him, and he is going to directly open it up. What are you doing? Okay, well, this is a test, right? Right? But what are you doing? I'm getting into some of the snacks they provided. Besides, from what I understand, we might be here for a while. Are you sure? Why else would they make us comfortable like this? Clearly they want to try and test our holdout resistance, I think. Okay. Can you pass me something? Oh yeah, Bucko, you want something? I'll take whatever that stuff over there is. Are you sure? Because it looks like it's homemade, and I don't really trust that. Mm, I'm willing to try it. Now, Deku does get to comply with the request. And the four, they're all somewhat sitting there, somewhat trying to understand what's going on. Okay, so this is all strange. Now, Katsuki, she actually gonna somewhat shift her body. Her going to directly lay closer into Deku, and bring her hand up and around his shoulder. Her somewhat holding on to him, talking about how this actually does feel somewhat nice. You think so? Yeah. I mean, it's a little odd, but it's relaxing. I mean, I'm feeling good. Really? Yeah. Besides, if you think about it, it's a little romantic. I thought you loved horror, not romance. Every girl loves horror, Izuku, but romance, that has a soft spot. There is a soft spot for it. You just gotta know where to find it. Alright, fine. But, hmm, ugh, tongue feels weird. Yeah, mine too. Is that normal? Listen, all I'm going to look up. As the persons at the chamber, or the testing area, observation area, my bad, they're going to start informing everybody that there is a normal side effect. Please proceed with the test. Now, the four, they all do go to sit there. And right now the thing on the projector does continue to play. And right now, there actually is Dr. Bright, who he actually is a bit annoyed. His plan for a movie night, almost successful. A plan to make it better, just about there. Being able to turn it into his favor and what provide himself with his own form of entertainment, that fell flat. Now, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.